Hello everyone, my name's Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today I'm actually showcasing another one of my own creations from Space Engineers. Today with us we have the RWI Pathfinder Class Shuttle. So instead of a big ship, I'm actually showcasing one of my smaller ships. It's been ages since I've shown you guys a small ship I've actually made, and that's because I'm terrible at creating them. Well, today we actually have the Pathfinder Class Shuttle. Now, as you can probably tell from the promotional art and the scenes you're seeing now, it is inspired by the Next Generation and Star Trek type-esque shuttles, and that's because Star Trek's one of my most favourite sci-fi series to actually watch. So, in honour of that, I thought, I'd create an own shuttle for myself to go along with the science ship I'm building, the RWI Discovery, which you'll see more of very soon, and you're actually seeing the hangar bay of it right now. So today I'm going to show you this ship, and also let you know that it is now available via the Steam Workshop, should you want to download it. So if you want to grab this shuttle for yourself, play around with it in your own worlds, you now can. Just click the link down below in the description and it can be yours for the mere price of absolutely nothing, or a subscribe button. That's how I think of it. But anyway, let's start the tour around this shuttle and go from there. So obviously this shuttle is obviously taking inspiration from Star Trek. For that we chose on the basic shape. I'm actually going to go outside the hangar a minute and showcase this to you here so you can see a bit more of it in a better lighting, because it's quite blue down there in the hangar bay, which I set up like a light studio. But anyway, let's take a look at the shuttle overall. So you can see that it's got a general shape of a shuttle going on, a little bit of a thinner back part there compared to the more outspoken central bit where your consoles and your view screen is. Now obviously this shuttle is made for exploration, meaning it doesn't have any weapons or offensive weaponry that it can attack with. I was thinking of adding some stuff in for a more upgraded version, but given the fact this is a ship of exploration, peaceful exploration, I did not want to actually add anything to that. So instead, we're just going with the plain and basic science approach with no weapons at all. Now the bigger science ship, the Discovery, does have weapons on board. Don't forget, this is the RWI Discovery we have been building for quite a while now. It's still a work in progress. This is actually an older model. Venom is currently working on the new edition while I do a few other things such as the small craft. So this is not the official finished version you're actually going to see. That version will come at a much later date. But let's focus back on the shuttle over here. Some details I wanted to highlight that changed from the original model was that the glass has now been thinned down to a much thinner view screen over here. You can still see out of it. The pilots there and the chairs, we'll show you the interior in a minute, can still see everything they're wanting to look at, and through the side windows here. My only issue is I wish I could get compound blocks for stuff in here, and small ship glass if only it actually was, a proper add-on in Space Engineers, or a proper integrated part of Space Engineers, and didn't have to be a mod. But alas, that's just me complaining. Now this ship is obviously all hydrogen based, which some would call bad. I did think of putting these impulse thrusters on it, which I might still do at some point, so we'll have to look into that at another time to see if we can fit those impulse thrusters in. So yeah, in the meantime we've got hydrogen thrusters over here, and this actually makes the shuttle quite nimble and quite fast at the same time. For a science shuttle, like I say, it's not armed, so it needs to rely on evasive maneuvers quite quickly, meaning it can get out those tight spots extremely well. Now this ship can go into atmosphere, so if you want to take it down to that planet, explore the unknown life of that planet, or dig up some rocks, you actually can. The ship can fly in atmosphere for itself, supported by all of these hydrogen thrusters inside the rig. It can also land using the landing gears. Now these are optional, you can take these on or off, your choice. Just attach them later. And we also have a connector under here to dock up on supplies, so if you're carrying some cargo and stuff like that, or just refueling the ship, you can actually do that. On top here we have a few vents, I treat these like atmospheric vents and stuff like that. Also have an antenna to radio back to the command ship, and we actually have a parachute block as well. Something I thought long and hard about including on the Starship was parachutes, because I didn't want it to take away from the design here, but I kind of thought, a safety feature behind a science ship, that if it did get shot down, or, it sustained damage while going to an atmosphere of a planet, it would actually use a parachute to, safely descend to the planet below, and therefore it would be nice and safe on the ground, awaiting rescue from someone else. Now, the sort of ridge line going up here is again the same colour metal. I did choose different shades of metal, just so you can actually see the design. Personally, I thought, the general boring grey would be a bit too boring, so we added in flares of red and bits of dark grey as well to represent sort of metallic structures as well. Pretty cool. I did at one point thinking of painting down this section here in red, but for the minute it is sticking to currently what it is. I prefer it like that. Up front here we actually have some headlights, which obviously if your shuttle is piloting in the dark, say inside an asteroid or inside some caves, it can actually use them as well, which is quite good, meaning it can see around. I was thinking of adding Gatling guns here, but like I said, this is a ship of peace, full exploration. We don't want it armed defensively with any weapon stuff. At some point I may add weapons to it, but for the minute I am happy and satisfied with its current setup. So yeah, we're sticking with that for a while. Hydrogen engines on the side here as well help maneuverability, obviously with the side thrusters, which are parked into here. These are obviously nicely hidden away here, but these side thrusters here really do help in maneuvering the shuttle, so it can actually get within those tight spaces that little bit quicker. Okay, so now I actually want to show you the interior of it, which is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to go back on our shuttle here in the hangar bay, and we're going to nip around the back and take a look inside. Ignore the venting. I've not actually set up a depressurization zone just yet. There's something we need to do. Let's seal that in, and begin venting again. Awesome, so this is sort of a lobby? The lobby area of the shuttle, as you can see here. Everyone's sitting there, the pipes are behind there. Now these view screens here are going to be updated at one point, so they actually feature, some text on screen. I was thinking reactor diagnostics, a red alert mode, maybe some information about the atmosphere outdoors. One thing I've also forgotten to include is a cargo access hatch, which is going to be here and here, so if you needed to get an assault rifle out, or some spare supplies, or some diplomatic documents, you can actually tap into the ship's network and get them out. Unfortunately, I have forgot to include it in this build, but it'll be corrected, hopefully by the time the ship reaches the workshop, but maybe not. So let's progress on to the bridge or main cockpit of a shuttle. Here we go, you can see everything in here. Now this is brilliantly done, I love the way I've managed to do this here. Got tons of view screens down here, button panels up here which still need to be configured, and yeah, just overall it looks like something that has walked out of Star Trek, and I'm immensely proud of how this has actually come. So another thing we have as well is the backlights. We also have cabin lights which can be turned off, and we also have emergency lighting as well. This is one of my cool features to actually include here on the ship, is the emergency lighting. As I feel like, in Star Trek, everything does end up going to shit quite a lot, so you need that emergency lighting to be on point. So it was a nice little feature. I found myself putting in the ship a red alert-esque mode, so it's quite cool to see that. We also have air vents up here as well. The shuttle can pressurize. It's quite good if you are going to mysterious new planets in the spaces universe, landing there where they don't have an atmosphere. You're going to need to connect yourself up to some oxygen to resupply. The chairs over here themselves are actually also piped in through the conveyor blocks. Unfortunately, I can't get them to disappear, so you're going to have to stick with seeing them there. These are all piped in, meaning if you sit in the ship, you are going to resupply on oxygen and the other resources you need. Will the ship work in survival mode, you're probably asking? I wouldn't advise it just yet. This is running primarily on hydrogen and creative manpower, so therefore this ship is not the best to be used in a survival setting. Mainly we use it for cinematic settings and, being a background ship in cinematics and creative mode. So yeah, I wouldn't advise it in survival just yet. If you do want to give it a shot and let me know how it performs in survival, feel free to let me know down below in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it, or let me know via the Discord. The link is down below in the description. I'd love to know if you guys can do some field tests on this. Let me know if it works, let me know if it doesn't. At least then I can have some usability tests from you guys yourself, and you can tell me if it needs improvement. So if you're going to go and do that, let us know. But yeah, let's hop into a chair a minute and see what else we can grab. So obviously we're parked in the main shuttle bay of the Discovery in a minute. But you can see up here, the seats are parked in near enough perfectly. There's a bit of glitching where the foot is going through the central part there, but well, we can't be bothered with any of that. But you see, hopefully the screens at one point, they can be updated here. I was planning to have a central time in the middle there, a speedometer there, GPS on the other side here. So this is where your pilot would sit, in this seat, and then the weapon or other tactical officer would sit in that one over there. But basically both seats can control them. So let's take off. Now you can see ourselves exiting the hangar now. Let's make sure we get a shot of the shuttle exiting. In 3, 2, 1, go. There we go, ammo away. Awesome, let's keep going. Now, one of the best things I find doing with this shuttle here, if you remember Star Trek and when I used to fly underneath the starship, I love doing this. If there's one thing I love doing in space is checking out how big other ships are. So let's see this right now. You remember in the opening bits of Star Trek when they flew underneath the Enterprise and did things like this so they could see the entire ship? I absolutely love doing it in this starship because it really represents how big of another starship you've actually built. And yeah, that's one of the amazing things I love doing, just flying around a shuttle and taking appreciation of how big the other ship actually is. So there we go, the USS Discovery. Or the RWI Discovery is our one, not the USS. We're not ripping off another series, we're totally not. But anyway, this is the Pathfinder Class shuttle. As you can see, it operates quite well. We've got quite a fast cruising speed going on here as well. The side thrusters definitely help us navigate a lot more smoothly. As you can see, we can spin around here, come to a dead stop, and those side thrusters, along with the azimuth back thrusters, allow us to slow down super quickly. Now, if we test up the speed up, let's see how fast we can go. In 3, 2, 1. Now, it does take some while to speed up there, but once you get going, as I showed you by those maneuvering thrusters, you can maneuver around quite tightly. If I do this now, and then, go around to a different direction, or just want to come back on myself, I can do that, which is really handy. So I do appreciate the maneuverability that we put into this shuttle. It's quite nice to see. Originally, this was going to be called the Owen Class shuttle, after my friend, but instead, I've actually absolutely called it the Pathfinder Class, to fit with that sort of journey of discovery we're going on the science-esque RWI creations. So instead, Pathfinder Class suits it a bit more. We've got headlights up front as well, so again, if you're in dark cabins, you can see stuff. I mentioned that already, but overall, that is mostly all of the features of the shuttlecraft. If you do want to download it and get it yourself, remember it is now available via the Steam workshop below. Just click into the description and you can download it from there. There you go, we're going to park it back in the hangar bay now, as you can see. So this is the hangar bay of the RWI Discovery. We're going to fly straight in. This is not a finished model, by the way. And we're just going to come about. There you go, spin around, do not take my piloting serious. And we're going to park it there, bang, we're parked. Awesome. We can now exit the vehicle. Let's seal that door. This is going to depressurize. And we can jump out there and bang, we've managed to land back here in the hangar bay. Now that was a bit of a bad landing as you can see, but you get the point. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed the RWI Pathfinder Class Shuttle. It's been something you've asked me to release for quite a while now. So now here it is, you can go and download it for yourselves via the Steam Workshop. Again, I'd appreciate any support you can offer and any recommendations you can offer on improving this build for things like survival and anything else. Again, just take note, this ship is designed for cinematic purposes, therefore I have no guarantee it will work in survival whatsoever. But guys, I've been Camjack. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a good day. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.